Hey, good morning. So I'm gonna make another video. I just decided to take a drive this morning, get myself some iced coffee from Burger King because it tastes really good. And I retwisted my locks yesterday. They look really cute. Anyway, so I decided to make a video today about what I have experienced a lot throughout my life. Pretty much about people putting other people in a box and expecting for them to behave that way or be that way because that's what they see, and then getting upset when they find out that that person is not who they are, who they think they are anyway, or who they want them to be. I find that happens with me almost every relationship that any kind of relationship, like friendship, romantic relationship, platonic, work relationships, any kind of relationships. I find that that's what happens. And I'm not a superficial person. However, I do realize that we live in a superficial world. We live in 3D world, and superficiality is very, very common, and it's not seen as bad or anything. I don't really appreciate superficiality. I don't care for it, but I know that there, a huge part of the society does. They view superficial things, 3D things, as a way of life, and those are the most important things. But whatever. So speaking about superficiality, I would be considered pretty because I'm light skinned. Obviously you can't tell right now, but I'm slim, I'm tall, I'm like model type, whatever you want to call it. So based off society standards, I've learned that because I'm light skinned, because I'm tall and slim, because I have this certain look, I guess people definitely put me in this box of how I should behave, or who I should be, or what I should get, or there's just like a box that people put me in. I guess they assume because I'm light skinned and I'm pretty or whatever that my life is easy. I can just use my looks to get anything I want. I'm weak. I am superficial. I'm a gold digger. I am gullible. I'm scary. There are just so many different boxes that people put me in because of the way I look. I just can't even keep count. But 10 times out of 10, these people find out that I'm not at all who they think I am. I'm not at all who I look like. And 9 times out of 10, they, then flip the script and they project their insecurities onto me, and then they end up not liking me because I'm not who they think I am. And then, like I said, people end up not liking me 9 times out of 10. The other 1 time out of 10, they find out who I really am, and then they stick around so that they can utilize my energy or utilize who I really am for their benefit. So this is why I don't really deal with people, period, because on one hand, they either try to destroy me because I'm not who they think I am, or they try to use me when they find out who I really am. Because I'm just going to be honest, this is not about, bragging or anything like that. However, I am a very humble person, and I've learned to appreciate who I am as a person. So I can say this with 100% humility that I am the total package. Definitely. Obviously, I'm considered pretty. I don't view myself as, top model or whatever. I know I'm attractive. I do know that. I know I'm attractive to society. I know that I would be considered attractive to probably anybody. But okay, so I'm physically attractive. I'm also very well educated. I'm less than 3 months away from my 3rd degree, which is my master's degree. I am, professional, successful, like I said, educated. I have class. I'm respectable, honest, trustworthy. I'm a, excellent mother. I cook, clean. I, have my own home. I have my own stability that I have created and I maintain for myself. I am emotionally stable. So yeah, I'm the total package, and I know I am. So I know that I'm a very good catch. So, and I'm an excellent friend. I am an excellent friend, even though I don't really have friends, because it's like I have just decided to. There's my hawk. Side note, if my hawk is my spirit animal, and every time I see one, I know that I am. Well, I already know I'm protected by my angels, but this is just a reminder that I'm protected, and it's pretty much just confirmation of what I'm doing, that I should be doing. But anyway, so yeah, it's like I am aware of the fact that I am the total package, and that I'm a very valuable person to be in anyone's life. Like, I bring positivity. I bring a lot of good things to other people's lives, even when just being a part of their life improves their life immensely. And that's how we all should be, but unfortunately that's not the case. But I'm just saying that to say, like, it just gets really frustrating. This is why I have to separate myself from everybody, because they put me in this box, and when they find out that I'm not who they think I am, then, like I said, they try to destroy me, because it's just like they view me as life being easy. I just get everything I want. I don't have to work hard for anything. I think I'm perfect and all those things. And when they find out that that's not who I am, they don't like it. They don't like it at all. I work very hard for the things that I have. I've worked very hard for many years to have the things that I have. So, this assumption that life is just easy for me, or that I don't have to work hard for anything because of my looks or my appearance, it's quite ridiculous. But that doesn't stop people from assuming that that's what the case is. So, and I wear my pain and my struggle very well. So, no one really knows how much struggle and how much work I have to put in to have the things that I have, and to be in the level of, to be where I'm at. And I'm not even trying to say like I'm just like way up here. I'm not. I feel like I'm just in a position where all adults should be. But we all know that not all adults are handling their business the way they should be. So they're 35 and up, still living the life of like 21-year-olds because they have not put in the work, whereas I have put in the work. So I'm living the life of someone that is my age. I should be living this life. There's not really anything spectacular about what I have, or things that I do. It's just that other people in my life have not put in the work, so they're not able to do it. So they view me being able to do it as some sort of extraordinary superpower or some shit. I really don't know. But like I said, I wear my pain and my struggle very well, and I do put in a lot of work that people don't see. They only see the results of the work I put in, so they just assume that it's just handed to me, or I don't have to work really hard for it. And that's their insecurity, that's their issue to resolve. But of course, that's never how it works. They don't really see their issue with me as a problem with them. They see it as a problem with me. So, like I said, when they put me in this box and then they figure out that that's not who I am, they get upset. And then, here comes a projection. It's like, oh, well, you think you're perfect, or, you're the smartest person in the world and all those things. And I'm just like, no, that's what you think. That's what you think about me because of whatever insecurity you have. So you want to project your insecurities onto me to make me feel like, oh, I think I'm this and I think I'm that, because you don't think of yourself as anything else. That's not my problem. That's a problem with you. I've worked very long and very hard on myself, my emotions, my mental stability, all those things. I've worked very long and hard on myself. And that was not an easy journey, because I've had people in my life from the day I was born trying to get me to not be at this level that I'm at right now, as far as like being emotionally and mentally and financially and just stable in all areas of my life. I've had people working against me literally my whole life, from my parents to my sisters to friends, well, so-called friends, just people, just people in my life have really been trying to prevent me from getting to this point where I'm at pretty much my whole life. But I still made it, and I made it kicking, fighting, and screaming, but I still made it. So, and people don't want to see other people progress. That whole crabs in a bucket mentality, like they don't really like that. So it's just like, well, how the hell are you able to still, be this person or have these things or, accomplish these goals with everything that we threw at you? How are you still able to be there, be at that point? How? Like, that's, it must be that, you're using your looks, or, you're manipulating, or you're lying, or you're not really working, or, you're lucky. I'm not lucky, honey. I'm blessed. I'm blessed because I put in the work. The fact is, it's like, if God sees you trying to put in the effort, God will assist you. I'm not going to say God, he or she, because I don't believe God is a human that could have, gender or sexual organs. So, that's why I call God the divine. I don't really care to say he or she. Like, I might catch myself saying he because that's what I've been raised on. Like everybody says God is a he. God is not a person, so God does not have, a penis or a vagina. So you can't really say that God is a he or a she. But like I said, faith without works is dead. I have complete faith in the divine, and I put in the work. And because of that, I am divinely guided, protected, and provided for. So that's what people see, is the protection and the provisions that God provides to me because of the work that I do. They don't see the work that I do. They just see the protection and the provisions that are provided to me, because that's what they want to see. They don't want to see the work, because then that would make them feel whatever kind of way, because they're not putting in the work. It's like they don't want to put in the work. They just want the provision and the protection and all the, all the benefits, but they don't want to put in the work. So they ignore the work that I put in and just focus on the protection and the provisions and all the benefits. And there's nothing I can do about that. At the end of the day, like I said, I worked long and hard for the position that I'm in right now, and I'm still working. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not stopping right here. Like, God has great things planned for me, and God is, paving the way. Of course I have to put in the work. Like I said, faith without works is dead. So you can't just sit there and say, oh, I have complete faith that God is going to, make sure I have my own home, or God is going to make sure I have a very good career with very good pay, and God is going to make sure that I'm, successful, or whatever it is that you want. You just sit there and, oh, well, I have faith in God and God's going to provide for me, but I just sit there and do nothing. Like, that doesn't make sense at all. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the work, like just the smallest amount of effort that God sees you putting in towards what their goal for your life is. And you can just, pretty much sit back. I'm not saying you can just sit back and just stop working, but, once God sees that you are following the plan for your life, you don't really have to worry about very much of anything. Financially speaking, in my situation, I can say, because like I said, I'm a couple of months away from my master's. This will be my third degree. And I can almost remember, not almost, but I can really remember times where I thought that I wasn't going to be able to provide for myself or my children, or pay my rent, or whatever financial situation I was in. And I was saved every time. And I'm going to say saved. I was rescued every time, because, it was always like in the nick of time. This money would just come from nowhere. And whatever financial issue I might have been struggling with, solved without any effort from me. The only thing I had to do was continue to go to school, continue to take care of my kids, continue to have faith, and continue to have this, positive mindset that the goal that I set out for myself, I'm going to complete. That's all I did. But just this idea that, I don't have to work or I don't have to do anything. I just, I think I'm so perfect, or I think I'm so smart, or my life is so easy, or, your life is easy because you're light skinned and you're pretty. Though that's not real. That's not real at all. I don't really know any women that have just been able to get completely over on their looks. I'm not saying there aren't women out here that are like that, but not where I'm from. Like, being light skinned does not make your life easier. It just really doesn't. I'm not going to say that you don't get advantages. You do get advantages when it comes down to probably getting hired at jobs or things like that. When you're in like a business setting, with predominantly white people, yes, I do agree. I can admit that, I probably got advantages with white people because I'm lighter, but I'm not white, I'm black. So my usual interactions are with black people, and I can tell you 100%, being light skinned never got me anything easier. Never. If anything, it probably made my life harder, like I said, because of me being light skinned. People assume that I just don't have to work for anything. I don't have to struggle for anything. I'm using my pretty privilege or whatever that is. And when people think that you're using pretty privilege, or when they think that you are getting over and you don't really have to work for anything, they purposely put, blockages and things in your way. They purposely do things to make your life difficult because they assume that your life is not difficult, and that's not true at all. I've had a lot of situations where people have attacked me because, and not always physically, but they've attacked me physically, mentally, emotionally, even try to mess up, my finances because of what they assume is easy for me. Like, I'm sure you can see this. I have this scar on my nose that I've had for probably about 17 or 18 years now. My son was 2 when this happened. And, this was a cause. This was caused from a group of girls that pretty much just didn't like me because of the way I looked. They didn't even know me at all. They had beef with my sister. And because I was just standing there in my light skin pretty privilege or whatever, I was cute. I was cute. We was at the bar. We was at Dollar Night. I had my little long genie ponytail, and I'm sitting there with my lip gloss, pop in as usual. And these chicks had beef with my sister. I had nothing to do with anything. I wasn't even there when the beef happened or nothing of that sort. And next thing I know, I'm bleeding from my face, blood is gushing all over the place because somebody threw a bottle at me and hit me, and I had nothing to do with anything. I was just standing there. That kind of stuff. I've had, let me see. I've been emotionally abused by my mother, neglected by my father, bullied, and, just pretty much treated like crap from my sisters. My brother has no respect for me, as his older sister, as somebody that could really help him get his life together. All of them, for real. Like, none of them really have any respect for me as anyone other than who they think I am. And that's most people. I just really had to cut off so-called work friend because, I found out from her that, I found out through my intuition that she was pretty much just trying to, just using me for my energy and, for my motivation of her. And then she was also another person that was stealing my ideas and passing them off as hers. But, whatever, that's off subject. But it's just like, I'm just really, really tired of people putting me in a box and assuming that they know who I am just based off of what I look like. But yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, 10 times out of 10, people put me in a box. They assume that I'm somebody that I'm not. 9 times out of 10, they get mad and they try to, make life hard for me, or, they try to, how do I say this? So, like, if they assume that my life is easy, so they'll try to make my life hard because they think my life is easy. So it's like, oh no, your life is too easy. We're gonna do these things to make your life hard, or, why people like you too much. Everybody likes you, so I'm gonna lie and tell people that, this whatever rumor they can come up with to make people not like me. That doesn't work either. So that happens 9 times out of 10. But then the other one time out of 10, the person figures out who I am and they stick around to be able to use who I am to their advantage. And that's what the friend from, my job, that's what she does, or did, because I cut it off. I'm just not going to be used. The people that decide to stick around, it's like once they figure out who I am as far as like my high vibrational energy and how I can help them and motivate them and make them feel good about themselves to do better things in life, then it's like, oh, let's stick around because I can use this. I can really use this. Like, these people probably don't have many other people in their life to motivate them or speak positivity into their life, and for whatever reason, and they find that in me and they want to stick around to use as much of it as they can. And I don't have a problem with having friends that I motivate and that I help improve their life circumstances, because that's who I am. That's what I came here. That's what I was put here to do. The problem with that is that there's no reciprocation. And it's like, no matter how high vibrational I am, I'm still a human being. And, it gets very exhausting to always motivate other people and always be there and be the positive person for other people, and then I get nothing in return. I pretty much just get thanks, bye. That's what I pretty much get, or it's just like, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I get, and when I try to get energy from other people or get the same motivation that I give out, when I try to get reciprocation from other people, it's like, oh, it's too much. I'm too much, I'm a very passionate person. I am a Scorpio, so I'm, passionate person. But, it's just like whenever I try to get reciprocation from people, then it's like, oh, you're too much. It's overwhelming. I'm overwhelming them because I expect from them what I give to them. So now it's like, oh, I got to pull back. And now I have to, now it's just like with the girl from work, it's like, she would call me and talk to me about her problems, and I would, counsel her and mentor her and, give her ideas and stuff like that she needs to do. And she would do it. She would take my advice, which is great. So I thought like, oh, okay, I got me a little friend. I'm thinking I got me a little friend. So it's like whenever I go through some issues or I go through some problems or whatever, and I need some advice, quote unquote, I need some energy from them. I need some reciprocation. I need from you what I give to you. Then it's like, oh, I can't answer my phone right now. Oh, can you text me? And it's like, really? Because I just had a 2-3 hour conversation with you about your problems, and I advised you and I motivated you and I told you how you're such a great person. But when I need some energy or when I need somebody to tell me that I'm a great person or I need some advice or whatever, it's too much. And now you can't answer the phone and now you can only text me. So it's like, okay, all right, that's cool. Actually it's not cool, but whatever. I guess that's just me being sarcastic or whatever. I don't know, because it's really not cool, and it really hurts my feelings, because all I ever want is what I give to other people. I'm not an energy vampire. I don't need to steal energy from people. Trust me, I have enough. And it really just bothers me that it's like everybody that comes into my life, it's like they want to use me for some reason. And I understand how relationships work. People use people. When you're in a relationship with somebody, it's like you get something from them, they get something from you. But it's just constant that people get way more from me than they can offer me. So it's like either they can't offer me what I'm giving them because they don't have it in them, which is not their fault. But at the same time, you can try at least. Either they can't give it to me or they don't, or they won't, because they want to keep all their energy for themselves and they want to be greedy and take my energy too. So that's why it's just like, I really just rather stay by myself, which gets very lonely because I'm still a human being, like, of course I have my kids and everything like that, but it's like, I'm a human being and I'm an adult, but I'm not going to be used by people. I'm just not going to be used by people. It's like when I find someone that can give me the same energy that I give them, then I'm all in. But until then, it's just like, I got to stay by myself, which I'm fine with. It gets lonely yeah, you know, it does get lonely. I'm a human being, you know, and it gets lonely, you know, being by yourself all the time. But at the same time, like, am I depressed and sad? And, you know, no, no, not at all. Like, I'm still completely happy. It's just, you know, everybody gets lonely. It's fine. And if I get that lonely, you know, I do have people that I can interact with. It's just, I already know that it's not going to be balanced. It's not going to be reciprocal. I'm going to give way more than I get, and I'm just not interested in doing that. So I'd rather just stay by myself than constantly have to give to other people that can't give back to me. So yes, it's lonely, but I'll stay lonely before I just continue to keep giving to selfish, greedy people that can't, don't, and won't give back to me. And that's just that. Yeah, I just thought that, you know, this is something that I wanted to talk about, because this is something that's been on my mind for a long time, a while. That I'm just noticing that of all the relationships, like I said, all kind of relationships, friendships, parents, friends, romantic relationships, all kind of relationships, I give and give and give, and I don't get the same thing back in return. Even at my job, you know, and with my job, I've decided just to pull back. Like, I don't, you know, contribute my ideas anymore. I don't contribute my, you know, personal knowledge anymore. I do my job and I leave, because that's another place where I have the potential, and I used to give to them, and I got no kind of appreciation for it, to be honest. Like, I would get them stealing my ideas and passing them off as their own, but, you know, that's what they do. That's another conversation we'll have another time. That's what they do. And, you know, I just get no kind of appreciation, no kind of recognition at all. I just get my idea stolen and they pass it off like it's theirs. So it's like, you know, the only aspect of my life that I can give to, and I get, you know, equal in return, is my career. And I don't mean my job, I mean my career. As far as, you know, like going to school, I go to school, I get a degree, I get a better paying job. I put in the work as far as like my education, and I get a better paying job, and I get, you know, I get myself in a better position to where I want to be. So that's what I'm focused on. I'm focused on my money. You know, like, it would be nice to be able to have a friendship, or even have a relationship, or some sort of, you know, situationship, I guess. Not really situationship, but like, it would be nice to have a partnership. But until I'm able to find someone that can give me back all the energy that I give them, I'm just going to stay away until I can find someone that can respect the person that I am, and not continue to try to put me in this box and make judgments based off of society expectations, or, you know, what I look like. Then I'll be by myself, because I'm just really sick and tired of hearing people project onto me of what I think I am, or you think you this, or you think you that, or, you know, or I'm sick and tired of people trying to make my life hard because they assume that my life is not hard. I'm really just sick of it. So I'll just, you know, stay to myself, and I'll focus on my money. And that's what I've been doing for the past couple of months. And trust me, I'm definitely getting back what I put in. You know, shit is looking really lovely over here financially, emotionally, and mentally, you know. But as far as my relationships are concerned, they're non-existent, because I'm not willing to put more into other people that then, you know, I get back. I'm just not willing to do that anymore. Not anymore, especially when they want to put me in this box, you know. And, you know, one of these boxes that I see people put me in is just like this Mother Teresa, you know, angelic, you know, nun. And it's like, no, I'm not. You know, I curse. I do, you know, I'm not perfect. I'm just gonna say that I'm not perfect. I'm not gonna just put all my business out here, because ain't none of y'all business. But I'm not perfect. I'm just really not. You know, I make mistakes. I have insecurities. I, you know, make bad decisions sometimes. You know, I'm a human being too. However, I put in work and I get good results. And like I said, nobody wants to see the work I put in. Actually, they ignore the work I put in, because there's no way in heck that people could really think that the things that I have, I just got because I'm cute or I'm lucky. You know, people just want to ignore the work that you put in, because they don't want to put in work. So they just assume, oh, well, you know, she got all those things, and you know, I can get all those things too without putting in any work. You know, I got all this stuff, or, you know, whatever people think I have, or whatever. You know, I got all this stuff just by looking good, and, you know, maybe they can get it like that too. But I didn't get any of this stuff, anything. I didn't get to where I'm at by looking a certain way. Actually, I didn't. Not at all. I put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, cried a lot of tears, separated myself, secluded myself. I've sacrificed a lot to be at the level where I'm at. And I'm not done sacrificing. Like, I still have to sacrifice a whole lot to get to really get to where I'm trying to get to, or where I'm going to be. Not trying to, because I'm gonna be at the level that I want to be at, that God said I'm gonna be at. But it's gonna take more work, and it's hard. It's very hard. It's very hard, and it's very lonely. But that's what happens. But I mean, I'm just saying that to say, like, just if you meet somebody and you assume something about their life, don't assume stuff about people's lives just because of the way they look. Don't assume that they have things easy because of the way they look. Looks and superficial things, they really don't get you very many places in life, especially if you're Black and from the Black community. You looking some kind of way, it doesn't get you anywhere. I mean, I don't know where people got that from, but it really doesn't. It might get you it might get you more attention from these low-life scumbags. It might get you more attention from insecure women, but it's not going to be the good attention that you think. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. So anyway, have a good day. Bye.